Marcus, an American expat and amateur cataphile, had spent months exploring the illegal tunnels of the Paris underground. He thought he had seen it all: the bone-lined galleries, the hidden murals, and the stagnant pools of the lower quarries. But in a forgotten crawlspace beneath the Pantheon, he found a doorway that shouldn't have existed. The door was made of a heavy, dark wood that felt warm to the touch. Behind it lay a room that defied the geometry of the earth. It was a perfect replica of a 19th-century Parisian apartment, fully furnished, but carved entirely out of human bone. The chairs, the tables, the ornate chandeliers, all white, calcified, and silent. On the bone table sat two plates. A feast was laid out: fruit made of teeth, bread made of compressed ash, and wine that looked like thick, dark oil. As Marcus raised his camera to take a photo, his flashlight flickered. In the split second of darkness, he heard a sound, the polite clinking of silverware against a plate. "Do sit down, Marcus," a voice whispered. It didn't come from the room, it came from inside his own ears. "The master has been waiting for someone with your specific pulse." Marcus spun around, his light cutting through the gloom. There was no one there. But when he looked back at the table, his own camera was sitting on the bone plate. He reached for it, but his hand passed right through it. He looked down at his body and realized he was becoming translucent. In the corner of the room, a mirror made of polished obsidian began to glow. Out of the dark glass stepped a figure. It looked exactly like Marcus: the same denim jacket, the same scruffy beard, the same terrified eyes. The double smiled, but its teeth were long and sharp, like the bones that made up the room. "The city needs its balance," the double said, its voice perfectly mimicking Marcus's American accent. "For every soul that walks in the sun, one must guard the foundation in the dark. Thank you for the trade." The double walked past him and through the wooden door, locking it from the outside. Marcus screamed, but the sound was immediately absorbed by the porous bone walls. He ran to the obsidian mirror, but he saw no reflection. The next morning, Marcus was seen at a cafe near the Luxembourg Gardens, sipping an espresso and smiling at the sun. He looked perfectly normal, except for one thing: he didn't cast a shadow. Deep beneath his feet, miles into the limestone heart of Paris, the real Marcus sat at the bone table. He picked up a fork made of a stranger's rib and waited. He waited for the next curious explorer to find the door, so that he might finally have his turn to walk back into the light.